Keir Starmer has once again embarrassed himself, this time on the international stage. In a series of shocking events, the Labour Party leader found himself in a humiliating situation in front of world leaders, exposing his lack of preparation and competence. This latest stumble raises serious questions about his leadership capabilities and whether he truly deserves to represent the United Kingdom. Let's delve into the details of this latest political disaster and what it means for Starmer's future. Recently, during a press conference, Keir Starmer made a shocking revelation about Labour Party policies. His admissions touched on a wide range of issues, from taxes to public services, causing a stir across the British political landscape. So what exactly is going on? You could see he was grappling with something significant. Taking a deep breath, he said, "I need to be honest with you about something." Reporters immediately perked up, sensing that something noteworthy was about to unfold. Starmer then admitted to the shortcomings in Labour Party policies. He spoke about mistakes in economics, immigration and public services. Surely these were matters that had never been publicly addressed in such a manner before.
And yet here we are. The NHS, even the NHS, losing the trust of the British public. Record dissatisfaction. Unable to provide the timely care and dignity that Britain relies on. A precious contract between the state and the people, broken by public services in crisis, unable to perform their basic functions. Broken by an economy that leaves millions working harder just to stand still. And broken by politicians who promised change and never delivered.
The murmurs in the crowd grew louder with each admission, but Starmer did not stop there. He went on to reveal that the Labour Party's true priorities when in power were entirely different from the promises made during their campaign. He came perilously close to admitting that they had deceived the public. Starmer further shared details about their lack of a concrete plan on immigration. Remember when Kemi Badenoch, the Conservative Party leader, claimed there was nothing substantive in Labour's new immigration plan? It turns out she was completely right. He then delved into a chaotic economic mess. All the talk about rebuilding the economic foundations, it seems it was nothing more than empty words. Starmer admitted they had no real plan to address the black hole in public finances that they had been discussing for so long.
It's a big job. Prisons overflowing. The NHS on its knees. A £22 billion black hole in our public finances. Which, to put that in context, is nearly half of what we spend on defence of our country. Now, I don't want to use that as an excuse. I expect to be judged on my ability to deal with.
Perhaps Keir Starmer has single-handedly destroyed the credibility of his own party. He admitted that they have lied, failed, and lack real plans for addressing the nation's biggest issues. So there you have it. The Labour Party leader has confessed that everything they promised was a lie. What do you think about this shocker? Is this the end of the Labour Party, or is there a way they can recover? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Starmer revealed the dire state of the UK economy under Labour leadership, highlighting severe misjudgments of the challenges ahead. High taxes, particularly employer national insurance contributions, have placed immense pressure on small businesses. He also disclosed a £22 billion budget black hole, with Labour planning drastic cuts to public services to address this issue. Promises to improve living standards and build 1.5 million homes have not been fulfilled. Starmer mentioned taxing farmers and changing winter fuel allowance conditions. Household disposable income remains stagnant while prices continue to rise. Ultimately, Labour has been criticised for its economic mismanagement, with higher taxes, public service cuts and broken promises. How do you feel about Labour's mismanagement, which has severely impacted the economy? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you're outraged by Starmer's leadership, don't forget to like and share this video. Starmer's recent revelations about Labour's immigration policy paint a concerning picture. He admitted the party lacks a clear stance on immigration, and the significant rise in migrant numbers is placing enormous strain on public services such as the NHS, schools and housing. Starmer also acknowledged the disconnect between Labour's rhetoric and actions on border control, as the party struggles to balance relationships with the EU and the US. His statement suggests that Labour prioritises international relations over addressing the impact on British communities, highlighting the challenges of maintaining border control and supporting public services. What do you think about this immigration situation? Are you feeling its effects in your area? Share your perspective in the comments. Recent comments by Starmer about the NHS exposed severe failures in the healthcare system under Labour leadership. The waiting list for treatments has reached a record 7 million patients, and the party has never met its target of treating 92% of patients within 18 weeks since 2016. Despite pledging billions of pounds for the NHS, financial conditions remain dire and no fundamental reforms have been made. Starmer admitted that Labour had made unrealistic promises and underestimated the severity of the problems. The crisis is further evident in mass resignations of doctors and nurses, with patients enduring long waits. Starmer concluded that Labour's plans and promises for the NHS are unattainable. What are your thoughts on the current state of the NHS? Are you or your loved ones stuck on these long waiting lists? Let me know in the comments. But this is far from the end of the issues. Starmer admitted to Labour's failure to deliver on its promise to build 1.5 million homes, with the lowest construction rates in 50 years. Complicated planning laws and prolonged legal reviews have stalled projects. Labour has underestimated the complexities of the housing market and now faces a massive challenge to meet its target by 2029. But progress remains elusive. House prices have risen sharply, while wages have not kept pace, making it difficult for people to find affordable homes. Starmer revealed that no government in the past 50 years has built 300,000 new homes in a year, and Labour is no exception. Their housing plan has collapsed, leaving a generation struggling with bureaucracy and a housing shortage. Now, turning to education, Starmer admitted Labour's failure to deliver on its promises for educational reform. He highlighted severe underfunding in schools and mass resignations of teachers. Particularly shocking was the revelation that a quarter of children starting school cannot use the toilet, nearly half cannot sit still, and a third require assistance with eating. While he blamed the pandemic and technology, he offered no concrete solutions. Promises to improve early education and student mental health, such as introducing mental health professionals in schools, have not been fulfilled. Labour has failed to meet the basic needs of students and teachers, rendering their educational commitments meaningless and creating a disaster for the system. What are your thoughts on this education crisis? Are your children struggling academically due to these failures? Let me know in the comments and share this video. Everyone needs to know the truth about the future of our children. Starmer's latest admission about crime in the UK exposes Labour's failure to deliver on its promise to make streets safer. He acknowledged severe funding and resource shortages in the police force, leaving them unable to effectively protect communities. Labour has underestimated the challenges of tackling crime, leading to a rapid rise in offences. People feel unsafe, businesses are being robbed, and a lack of action has only worsened the situation. Despite promising to recruit 13,000 police officers and support staff, only a third of these are actual police officers. Labour's crime-fighting plan has completely collapsed, creating a security disaster. Labour's green energy plans are also in trouble, with Starmer admitting the situation has worsened. Promises of a clean energy revolution have failed, and the goal of transitioning to green energy is off track. Plans for wind farms and solar panels cannot be implemented soon, while achieving the 95% clean energy target by 2030 seems unlikely. Planning and bureaucratic processes are hindering progress, leaving people with high energy bills. Starmer also blamed the environmental regulations they themselves pushed for. Ultimately, he admitted that Labour's vision for green energy has fallen apart, failing to deliver on this commitment. Above all, Starmer finally admitted the chaos Labour caused over Brexit, with the situation worse than expected. He acknowledged the party lacks a clear plan for dealing with the EU, despite promising to make Brexit work. Labour underestimated the complexities of severing ties with the EU, leading to significant trade and economic consequences that the public must bear. Promises of a smooth transition were merely empty words. Starmer also admitted Labour struggles to maintain international alliances and balance sovereignty with cooperation, making the UK appear indecisive on the global stage. Ultimately, he admitted Labour's Brexit plans are unrealistic and lack a long-term strategy. Under Labour leadership, defence policies are raising serious concerns. Starmer admitted the military is facing major challenges in maintaining combat readiness, contradicting their strong promises to protect the nation. The financial situation in defence is dire, with equipment shortages and limited budgets. Promises to increase defence spending were mere rhetoric. Starmer acknowledged Labour failed to deliver on commitments and prioritised national security too low, undermining the UK's international credibility. This puts national security at risk and alienates other nations. Can Labour recover? What do you think of Starmer's admissions? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get the latest updates from across the country. Thank you, and see you next time.